Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had a nice, safe 4th of July. You got to go home or see the next day with all your digits. I didn't play with anything that went boom, so I got all 10 of mine. So as mentioned in, I guess, 2 videos ago when we're working on the our show's coming up in 3 weeks. So the end of July, early August, 4 days. And I got tractors I need to clean up. I have 4 lined up right here that have been sitting outside the whole time. I got this 1964 G705, I have the 1950 G with the loader, I have the 67 G1000 and the 1952 G. All need to be cleaned up. Now we've pressure washed the 52 G pretty good, but I did it quick. I was in a hurry that day, so I need to do a little touch up. So we need to get all 4 of these cleaned up and ready to go. But the main focus is going to be on this one. And I'll show you what I want to do to it. So first off, of course, pressure wash it. I got to be careful. I have bare metal showing here where the paint is peeling. So I don't want to pressure wash more paint off than I have to. It's flaking on this black. This tractor's been painted before, at least yellow. The frame rail is supposed to be brown to match the engine. I think it's Dyna brown, but I don't know. There's yellow here, so I don't know if it originally was painted yellow, and then later on when they painted the whole chassis, they changed it to brown. Anyway, we're gonna get that cleaned up. So we're going to wash it, and now I'm going to come back and scrub it. I'm going to do what they call a comet wash. This is what David Freiberger did on Roadkill, or other shows that he does as well. So I got a can of Comet in there. I've also used steel wool. I've seen that in another video. I can't on YouTube. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Vice Grip Garage or somebody like that. They use steel wool, washed it. You get the rust stains off, and it shines up the dull paint because you're taking the dead paint off of it. So you're scrubbing. It's just a different method. This time I'm going to try the Comet wash. And then we're going to do a little detailing, like this band here. It's supposed to be white. This nose piece right here, that's supposed to be white. This used to have a hood ornament on there. There's an extra hole there. That's not supposed to be there, but I'm not going to fix it. We're just going to clean it up, make it look nicer. This badge is supposed to be black, and then this is a light, the aluminum background or lettering. But then you have these screws here holding the badge on, and that's not supposed to be like that. I'm probably not going to fix that either. So we got to get this band off, get this nose piece off, get them cleaned up, painted white, get this piece painted black, and then clean up the like that so it's shining nice and bright. And then this grill piece, it's not in bad shape. It's just a little lumpy. Looks like it's missing a couple pieces. There's supposed to be a tab here that holds that in place. That kind of matches the shape of the grill. There's a broken bolt there, and then I have no bolt with a tab there. Yeah, so they'll have a bolt with the tab that kind of matches like my finger and holds this grill in place. Yep, it's supposed to sit back in there like that, and it'd be pretty nice. Only has a few little dings. We'll be able to fix that when I pull it out. And this here is supposed to be silver, so I'm going to get that done as well. You see there's some rust around the valve stem. Hopefully I can get that cleaned up a little bit. The air cleaner, I think this is supposed to be silver, I believe. I'll have to check some pictures. Take the plastic off, we'll get the green off of that. Here's all the freeze plugs. If you haven't seen it, I did a video on will this thing start, and it did. But the reason it sat for so long is because I left water in it after we got the engine rebuilt and had it on the dyno, and I didn't drain it. I forgot about it. So pushed out the cylinder blocks, pushed out all the freeze plugs. So this, I know I could probably weld this up and get it to stay and hold water, but the freeze plugs in between the blocks came out as well. So I might as well just get another block, because I'm going to have to pull this anyway to get the freeze plugs back in these 2 blocks. Just put a different jug on it. But we're not doing that before the show. Like I said, only a few weeks. So anyway, here's all the freeze plugs I've collected so far. I just set them on the battery tray. I need to get this cleaned up. And that seat. All the cushion, well, part of the cushion is still there. The insulation, the foam, I guess, is still there. So I need to get that cleaned up so it's not so ratty looking. Oh, did you just notice the Hirsch shifter? Pistol grip. If you're a Mopar fan, there you go. Pistol grip shifter. And it's been welded to the top of the clutch handle. So also, I'd like to get these rims cleaned up and painted silver again. Here's some remnants of silver here. So we'll get some sandpaper or something like that. We'll hand sand them, tape things off, and we'll get it cleaned up. But yeah, lots of pressure washing today. So let's go put the stuff down. I'll get a dustpan. I'll get that battery tray cleaned up so I don't get the rust blowing all over the driveway, and start making progress. Wow, came over here to take the seat off, or the seat back, because it's a 2-piece. You got back and then the bottom. This is already out, and that's already loose. I thought for sure that would be breaking off. This is out. I bumped it with a screwdriver just to see, but there we go. Set that down. Should be one here. I think one here, and here. So this should, yep, come right off. Wow, you know that without taking the rest of that seat cushion off, the leather, that seat back looks good. Like it could be reupholstered. Let's hopefully we don't break this bolt. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not threaded into the cast, so if it breaks, it just snaps off. We get another bolt. what else is holding that thing on? Whoa! Hey, there's a bee's nest up there. Oh yeah. Hey there, guys. They're not happy. We'll leave them alone for a little bit and work on something else. Cannot believe I didn't get stung. Look before you reach, huh? During the summer. Okay, there's 3 here. There's 1 here and 2 here that hold this band on. Work this back and forth gently. Working it back and forth a little bit, break the rust loose. Look how bright that yellow was. Somebody repainted it a darker yellow, put a new decal on over the top of the old decal. I can see, oh no, it's original decal. They just got paint over the top and then looks like they taped it off. That is a bright, brilliant yellow there. That'd be gorgeous on this. You never guess what I just broke. Well, if you did guess, congratulations, you're right. Wow, that sucks. We got 3 more on the other side. They only had 1 on here, so that's one I broke. And then there's 2 more. Well, all right, let's try the other side. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Somebody put a square nut on here. Just on this one, not those 2. The fan shroud's in the way. Well, I'm gonna have to get a, oh, there it is, end wrench. We're gonna have to do this slow. Nut, lock washer should be the last washer. It's right next to the fan shroud, so there's not a lot of space. Can't get your head in there to see. Everything's by braille. All right. Wiggle it, jiggle it. Try not to wreck it. Looks like somebody already bent this side. We just took the nut off. Gentle spread, and there we go. There's the one that broke off. There's 2 more. We'll clean those up and still be able to use them. I could grind that off and weld a bolt on there, but I don't think I need to. I think these 2 will be just, these 2 here will be just fine to support everything. Yeah, and there's the original color. It's white on the inside. And then your badge. Those hideous screws that are on there. I think they took this apart and Broke the original studs off this plate, and then they just use 1/4 inch bolts, screws, whatever to that's a carriage bolt. So we will get rid of these rusty things. We'll get some stainless, and we'll mount it that way after we get everything painted. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's one bee's nest. There's the other. We got a couple empty nests there. But if I can get this grill out, I have easier access to them bees and less chance of getting stung. Well, that was a struggle. So I just, well, shut the camera off and bring you back just to see me get this last one out and see how many bees. I've had a couple bees on the back side of the screen trying to get to me, or I don't know what they're trying to do, but yeah, I guess I need to remind myself to look before I reach. I mean, we don't have snakes around here on this side of the mountains, but oh yeah. I think we'll come back later this evening when it's cooled down and I can get all the bees and not just a few of the bees, and then we'll get that trim piece off. Well, it's cooling off. Did some touch-up pressure washing. You know, you see stuff after it dries. So I got the grill screen out, as we saw. Now I'm going to take care of the bees. Hey, let me know what you like to use. I like to use a little everything to get bees. Here I got brake cleaner, I have carb cleaner, I have starting fluid, and I have bee spray. I was thinking about using the bee spray, but it's the foaming, it's just going to drip all over the place. So I'm picking brake cleaner right now. Let's see. Can we see? Right there. And they're falling. There. There's one. There's one. They don't like it. We'll spray the others, just to be sure. Okay. Now I can knock those things down and get that nose piece out, or off. Okay, where'd they go? There's one. Make sure we get the eggs too. Here's the big one, I don't think was active. We're gonna make sure. Spider nest. And okay, that's it. All right, let's see if we can. Ooh, that's small. That's them all small. Need a smaller screwdriver or a socket. All right, the other one was 7/16. This one is 3/8. Oh, there's another bee just sitting there waiting for me. Oh, he's dead. He'd no more. Something tells me I had this out of here before. I think I got rid of whatever that hood ornament was. But geez, that was probably... This is another one of those tractors. It's been close to 20 years since I got it. 15 to 20. I don't think Rand was born yet, so Probably closer to 20. Here we go. Cast aluminum. Here's a stud. Well, I could almost put a stud in there somehow. But we're not restoring it. We're just making it presentable for the show. Most people won't know the difference seeing the holes. So if I sand this up real nice, they're not going to see those. Might be at some point if I do go to restore it that I do weld this up, squirt some aluminum in there and sand it off. But for now we're just going to sand it white or clean and then paint it white, and then just like the band we took off and put them back on. Well, it's a couple days later. It's Tuesday. I got the Comet out, got a hose, bucket of water, and I have a towel and kind of a Scotch-Brite pad. I think I'm going to try this first. Oh, try something simple where everybody can see it. Put that right on the pad. That's how I'm going to start. Just going to rub here, see if it makes a big difference. I mean, it's been repainted. This is obviously the original color, and man, with it being wet, I mean, a lot of things when they're wet have a shine to it, but you know what? Let's try that. Yeah, this might be a good idea. Of course, after this, you're going to want to wax everything that you. Is it raining? It is. Sprinkle. It's supposed to rain about after 10 o'clock, and right now it's a little after 6. Clouds are rolling in. We had a nice 70-some degree day today. And it's all changing. I don't know how much we're going to get. Probably not much. I don't know if you can pick that up, but the pad's a tan color. It's turning yellow, so we're getting yellow paint off the oxidation, and even the foam on here, the bubbles, are turning yellow. You know, if I really took the time, I mean, it's a nice straight tractor. There's hardly any dents in those Wheatland fenders. They'd be easy to fix. But to wash this thing good, clean it up, and repaint it, I think it'd be an easy tractor to do. There's like no rust in it. You know, there's surface rust, but there's no rust, you know, through the sheet metal. It's a nice, really nice tractor, but I like nice originals, and this is pretty original. I mean, it's had some engine work done on it, but other than that, I mean, it's too bad that there's bare metal sitting here, but and I don't know if I want to wax it or if I want to use linseed oil like I did on the R a while back. Was that 2 years ago, I think? All right, let's see how pretty or ugly it is. Yeah, that'll do. Some of the top layer of paint is thin, so I think this is original paint right here, but then you got the darker paint here and here, because this paint matches up with underneath the decal. So I did not do that yet, so that'll turn into that, and if I took the top layer of paint off, it should turn into that. I'm not going that far. I still have work to do on this engine. So make sure you don't forget, I still need to pull that middle cylinder block off, replace it because it's cracked. All the freeze plugs are pushed out. But the thing runs great, so we're just going to clean it up, make it a little more shiny, and I don't know, enjoy it. I think this thing's so much better already, just being pressure washed. I'm impressed. After I pressure washed it, I almost said, forget it, let's just, you know, fix the grill and get the trim pieces cleaned and painted and be done. But I wanted to try this, so that's what I'm going to do. Well, I guess you don't need to watch this whole thing. But yeah, I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, that's an improvement. It's still a little wet, but it's starting to dry. Get up close. I mean, here's wet, there's dry. That's the only difference between there and there right now. I mean, like, again, the white, or that yellow band that was here is supposed to be white. That was covering that. But that looks better already. Much happier with that. So I'm gonna go in. Hopefully this thing is dry tomorrow, that it doesn't rain all day, and then we'll see about getting some wax on it. Oh, I need to make sure I got wax. So until we get to the waxing portion, we'll see you then. It is the next day. The rain did quit early enough, the tractor dried off, so I did have to stop and get me some wax, as mine was dried up or the wrong kind, and wouldn't you know it, the bird crapped on it. Of course, sitting outside. And now we buff it off. So the reason I'm doing this is when you use an abrasive like a Comet or a hand pad or a SOS pad, stainless steel pad, whatever, it it kind of takes the protection off the paint, so you need to seal it up, otherwise it's just going to get dry and chalky on you. That's about all I know about this. Well, that's about as good as I'm going to get it, or as much effort as I'm going to put into it. Because from here, if you're at a tractor show walking by, a little blotchy with the two-tone paint job, but it shined up pretty good compared to what we started with before pressure washing. So, okay, next we're going to go inside and get started on the grill and the white band, MM plate, and the nose piece. Hey, it's a new day, new shirt, different day. So I've been cleaning trim parts for that G705 I just talked about a second ago. Here's the nose piece. These holes were drilled because the guy that I got it from had a hood ornament on it. That one's because the studs broke off. But I didn't know that this was made of aluminum necessarily. This is something, if I had time, I could TIG weld the holes shut, sand it, and paint it. Of course, I'd have to try and figure out a way how I'd put another stud on the back of that. Anyway, I'm not going to take the time to weld the holes shut. Maybe if I get to the point where I want to actually go over the whole tractor with more time, then maybe, because I'm just going to rattle can this white. But anyway, this is cast aluminum, and this is the MM badge on that white band on the grill. So I wasn't sure what this was made of. I thought it was aluminum, but this is like pot metal. It's yeah, it's not. It's kind of heavy. It's got a little weight to it. Anyway, I thought the MM was silver, like aluminum finish. I thought this was aluminum originally, but I thought the MM was, they painted the whole thing black and then polished the MM and then they were done. They didn't. What they did was I don't know if you can see the copper color in here along the edges. That is copper plating, and then they did a nickel plate, is what I believe. One more step, and they could have done chrome plating, and this thing would have popped like crazy. But I think if this is nickel plating, that's what they used to do, and you can polish nickel plating. But anyway, you can see some of the plating is wearing off, and you can see down to the metal, that dark area. I think you could send it off, get the holes filled up, send it off. They could replate it. I've seen videos of people nickel plating their own stuff, so put the copper plate on, nickel plate, but I'm not going to worry about that either. I'm going to paint this whole thing black, and then I think I'll take a towel or a sponge or something, spray the white, and then dab it down so it just touches the tops of the M's. Or aluminum, excuse me. Paint the whole thing black, and then paint this aluminum or silver color. So I got those two pieces cleaned up last night. Let me show you the grill. So here's the grill. I believe they sell these new. I don't remember how much, but this one only has, I think, one dent here. And then up here, this top plate here, this here is screwed to the tops of this. So you got one screw, two screw, here's the third one, but the mesh is broke, and then it's broke out at here as well, and then of course this is all twisted and made a mess of. So I need to get these screws out, and I'm going to take this to work, and I'm going to try and weld something in here and hammer that flat, take that dent out, and get this thing painted and put back on the tractor. Oh, just about lost it. There we go. So what I can work on, so I'll throw this in the truck so I can take that to work. We'll get this straightened out. Well, I don't have an anvil, so I'm going to use the back of my vise right there. Try and hammer that flat again. So next, the last piece I can beat on tonight would be this trim piece that needs to be white. That's the one that the MM badge hangs on, and that's, yeah, it's supposed to be white and not yellow. But right in this area, it's a little beat up, and there's a bump here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be careful with it. Yeah, it's a warm day. Not bad, but warm. I got that away. Show you here. I got the grill screen welded up after work yesterday. Took a stainless washer, removed the rust, and it was tough. I TIG welded it because this is thin, and not just thin and gauge, but because there's holes everywhere, everything wants to get hot and burn away real easy. So trying to carry your heat on here and then carry it down onto the screen, and trying to get the material from the washer to wash down to the screen while trying to add wire. I got it to work. It wasn't easy. So anyway, we got both of those, that one and that one. I took a little of the paint off. That's why it's got a shine to it. Tried a little bit. So next up, I need to get rid of that dent right there. I think really that's it for dents. Maybe dolly these so they're a little flatter, so it'll sit a little nicer. Fix that curl. We'll make it straight like that. Alright, oh yep, there's another part. We're not going for new. I mean, otherwise I'd have to, let's see, this is rolled in a little bit, which isn't bad. But I'm going to get a hammer and I'm going to straighten this thing out. And then I think I'll grab a wire wheel on the grinder and we'll get that cleaned up so we can start painting parts. So I don't know if you can see that dent, but at first when I was trying to get rid of this, is my last one that I can tell. I was using the 7/16 socket, fall right in there and fill that space real nice. But trying to hold that when it wants to rock like this in a spot got kind of tough. So I had the socket on the extension so I could have some reach. Well, there's a couple places out here in the middle I still couldn't reach. I mean, yeah, I could have put more sockets on, but I took the socket off and I did this. Near perfect. A little bump. Not bad. That is really good. Now I have one right here from whatever hit it. It's got a dent in the side, so I'll have to flip it over. And get it on this side. I need to finish the project so I have more space on my bench. Oh, right over here. So I think I'll just use the ball peen. And now it's getting too far down. Go on an angle. A little bit at a time. I'm going to call that good. I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up off camera, and I have that band over there, sitting over there, that we just messed with. I'll get that cleaned up, and we'll see about starting to spray some paint. Hey, welcome back. It's been a few days since I've filmed working on this, but I've been making progress. And I'll show you what else I've done. Right now, here's the nose piece. Right there. Got it all cleaned up and painted. That's gonna sit right there. And I just dropped the nut. So we'll try and get the other bolt in. And just to find it's too short. Alright, I need a longer bolt. Alright, longer bolt, found it. Dropped the nut, found that. Note to self, next time I drop a nut like that small, pick it up right away while you still see it. Don't walk off to go get your new shiny bolt. It's a bad idea. You tend to lose sight of where the heck that thing was. But I found it. Sharp things back there, jabbing my knuckles. Don't appreciate that. Here we go. See if I can set it, line it up with the paint. There we go. There it is. I will go over the colors after, well, here in a little bit. Shiny paint sure does make it look good. Or fresh paint, I should say. Just like about anything else you put together, put it together loose, tighten it later. Now this piece here is given the shape, at least at the top of the grill screen. There we go. Alright, we got those in. How about we go put it in the tractor? Next, I got to remember how I got it out. So it goes up inside, tips in, sits on the bottom, it'll rest there. We have 6 screws, got 3 on each side. And again, this is up inside the nose piece, so that requires no hardware. There we go. Now there's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to help hold the bottom in, with special spacers, but I don't have those. And one bolt still broke off. I did not get it fixed. And I could probably just make them if I have time. I'm not worried about it right now. Right now, let's get that band on. We got to get that badge, the centerpiece, to top it all off. Wow, what a pain this is. This here can rock on these 2 bands. It can slide both ways. It's got slotted holes, so you don't know where, without fitting it, where it's supposed to go. So alright, so what I did, we're going to test fit it. I aimed for center of the holes, top and bottom, but everything's on angle, and I wanted the reveal of the badge, top and bottom, to be the same, so when I put it on, it should be level. Spread this out so you don't scratch your paint going in. That side's on. Not even lined up. There we go. I want to make sure again that the band is lined up with the old paint. There we go. Reveals the same. Now we just got to put the nuts and bolts on. Well, there it is. Took some messing around, and I finally got that thing, got the band with the badge up there. Don't forget that bolt's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be stud on the back side, and I just put a bolt back in it. It's supposed to be studs on this badge, but I got stainless Phillips screws. I ground it to fit around the letters and tighten it up. It is pretty well centered. Nice. So this is just detailing the 705. If you remember, this thing was grungy and greenish and uglier than it is now, but a little bit of cleaning up, the band, the badge, the nose piece. Oh, and I did the rear wheels. Yeah, I did those today. It really gives the tractor an uplift, or facelift. Of course, cleaning the paint and then waxing it made that pop a little better. The front rims popped a little nicer. I didn't do anything with the engine. But there's the rims. There's one. And here's the other. It looks amazing. Now it's just rattle can, and I didn't take the wheels off to do it, so I cheated. But I taped this off real good with the tire. I did not do the wheel centers. I didn't want to go that far, but the rims were just rust looking, and they looked terrible. So I took a wire wheel on a grinder, and I got in there, different positions, and I got it really clean. Now, if I was going to restore this, would I leave it? No. I would probably, take the wheels off, take the weights off, release the sheet metal, the wiring, and, as far as you are comfortable going, if you're a nut and bolt guy that wants to take it down, the transmission engine apart and the axles and everything down to the last piece, that's not me. Not unless I need to do it. If it's running good, solid, and I don't seem to have any issues, I'll just leave it. So, anyway, color choice. What do you guys pick for silver on your rims, especially Minneapolis Moline? I was looking for a silver color, non-metallic, and I was having a hard time finding it. And I didn't. I could not find just a plain silver. I went to our local multi-tractor business and auction company, and they had several paints to choose from, so I picked Argent Silver for white tractors. Let's go over here. Let's shut this fan off. I'm about ready to go in anyway. Click. So the first can I bought is the Sparex White Argent Silver right there. And then the next is Krylon Fusion All-in-One Metallic Aluminum. Yeah, it has metallic in it, but I thought it was going to look the best like a silver when I saw the cap. Man, that's got to be close. And it was. Let's look over here. So here's Argent Silver. That's a little bit of black paint to kind of designate this section from that section. Argent Silver and that aluminum metallic. So when I got the grill taken care of, I went over to the G1000, which isn't here right now. I went over to it and shot a little bit of paint on it, and it blended really well. So I was happy with it. So I painted the grill the metallic aluminum. And then I started playing with the white Argent Silver a little bit more. I mean, I did a spray test of each, and I was like happier with the aluminum metallic on the grill, but then I started looking at the rim, and I know Molines didn't have metallic back in the 60s. I doubt they ever had a metallic. It's just straight silver. But it looks really good. Also replace that valve stem core that was leaking. And just don't look at that. Just look at this. Anyway, in a nutshell, there it is. Cleaned up, detailed up a little bit, touch up some paint, repainted some of the stuff. Now I'm even more motivated to replace that metal cylinder block and get the freeze plugs in. So, anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. There's about 2 weeks to our show. It's July 30 and 31st, and then August 1st and 2nd, so Wednesday through Saturday. Pulling all 4 days, tractor parade all 4 days, candy scramble, some kid games, tractor games, hit and miss, gas engines, tractors, the works. We're in the woods, or we have woods around us. We have basically 3 main show fields separated by trees. So, and we have some displays in one of the woods between the engine field and the tractors. It's a beautiful setting. So if you're in Linden, Washington, come on out. Until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.